and I can't even begin to start. You're not here, it tears me apart. But you gotta know that I need you. Girl, I'm lost and don't know where to go to. I need you, babe. Girl, I'm missing you. Need you in my life. 'Cause I thought we'd be in love.
Good morning and donde está? I am Cowboy Nick and welcome to the In Pug Cast, brought to you by me, Cowboy Nick, and the Kyle and Nick podcast, which happens every Thursday, which will be tomorrow. We will be having some great things for you on this show. On this morning show, we're going to have some. It's going to be a small show because I have some things I got to get done. But we're going to have some great weather today, as it's going to be a great looking. The weather looks really good right now as we look at these 7-day forecasts as we come out. Today it's going to be 38. It's going to be sunrise at 6:51. So sunrise is actually going on right now. So the sun's coming out. My girlfriend won't get up because she's lazy. I went to bed late last night. Well, you should have went to bed early. Like I told you all the time, go to bed early. I don't like going to bed early. I like to stay up at late. Well, that's your fault. When you're an adult, you get up early. All right. So here it is. 7-day forecast. This is what we got going up for you. Today, it's going to be a high of 64. Tomorrow is going to be a 65. Friday, 67. 66 on Saturday. 66 on Sunday. 63 Monday, partly cloudy, and 57 on Tuesday. So we'll get some more rain next Tuesday as we start getting closer to Turkey Day. So it's going to be crazy to see what's going on with the weather and everything. We're going to get some great stuff going from it, and we'll get some great things out of it. So enjoy, and we'll be right back with some more right after this.
You'll be on my mind forever and ever 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 and ever. I don't wanna hang up no more. Tell me, what am I going for? If you ain't been in love, and I don't wanna see you with another man. This is crazy. All you gotta do is come back, baby. If you want the world, then I'll get that. Girl, you know that I need you. Please tell me what I need to do. I'm so tired of being without you, baby, 'cause I need you. Cause I'm totally in love. Even if you're gone, on my mind, forever and ever 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 and ever, forever, girl. I gotta keep going through changes. You're the reason that I breathe. Every girl to me is nothing but a stranger. On the real, you're the one who's gonna make me. Tell me what I'ma be without your love. To be a friend is not enough. Ooh, come on back to me, girl. I've been missing you. I've been being alone for a long time. Even if you're gone, be on my mind, baby, forever. You're missing you. In my life, 'cause I'm probably being loved for a long time, long.
And we are back with some more right here for you. We're going to go ahead and talk about, hey, look at this. The night before, in theaters this Friday. The night before, a Christmas comedy involving a lot of great stuff. Josh Golden, Seth Rogen, and Anthony Mika. It's going to be great. It's going to be great to see. It's going to be good. We had some great NBA stuff going on. We had some great college stuff, for that matter, last night as we look into some of the stuff that went on last night. As we look into some of the scores from last night. It went beautifully as Kentucky beats Duke 74-63 in a great game. Top performances by Taylor Ewell for University of Kentucky, 18 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists. Alamy Johnson, or Jefferson, I should say, from Duke. He's a forward, 16 points and 15 rebounds. Great performance. In the Georgetown versus Maryland, that game was beautiful. I watched that game online. That game went so beautifully in that, and for Georgetown to lose a game like that close was just wow. As Georgetown loses 71-75 to Maryland. But you know what? This shows that Georgetown may get up and win the next game. So, and Isaiah Copeland for Georgetown, forward, scores 13 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. That's something to be amazed for. Mileo Trimble for Maryland, he's a middle. He's from Maryland. He's a guard. And he scored 24 points, 1 rebound, and 3 assists. That's amazing. Michigan State winning this game against Kansas. A team who I wouldn't think Michigan State would actually win because the game was so close. It was going back and forth. But Michigan State was able to pull away as they do and get their win. You know what? If their football team can't get a win, you know what? Then their basketball team's has to show how strong a Spartan is. And you know what? They're Spartans. So they go out with their shields and they run out there and ho and they and they win. So that's what they did. And Oklahoma getting a win against Memphis, which I didn't think was going to happen, honestly. I know Oklahoma's good, but I thought Memphis was actually going to do good in this game and win, because why? Memphis does have an extreme advantage at home, but Memphis did manage to get a little beat down by Oklahoma. And Buddy Hield, Oklahoma's guard. He was able to get 30 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists in that game to help Oklahoma with the victory. Darius Lawson was only able to get, he's a forward, only able to get 22 points, 15 rebounds, and 2 assists in this game. Wichita and Toulouse, I knew Toulouse was going to win. I knew Toulouse was going to actually win this game. Wichita did good, even though Wichita State is ranked 9th. Ron Baker for Wichita did spectacular. I think he's going to have a great NBA career if he gets one. He goes 23 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. To Marquel Curtis, 16 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. Nebraska losing to Villanova. Nebraska going up against a team like Villanova, I honestly thought Villanova was going to win that game as well. Why? Villanova is just way too powerful. And Danielle Ochfu of Villanova getting 17 points, 10 rebounds, and 1 assist, helping Villanova to get where it stands a 2-0 record against a team like Nebraska. You know that's going to happen. Am I worried about Villanova? Yes. Am I worried for UOP against Villanova? A little bit. But do I think UOP will give them a dramatic takedown? Yes. Do I think UOP is going to be a tough team for Villanova to crack? Yes. And then you have a team like Notre Dame going up against Milwaukee. Milwaukee made a spectacular game. Akamet Mercy in Milwaukee scoring 21 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. Did wonderful. But DeMarcus Jackson for Notre Dame getting 20 points, 3 rebounds, and 7 assists. Wow. Now Notre Dame going up against a team like UOP. Yeah, that will be scary for UOP. Why? Because Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish, are tough. They're very, very, very dangerous. They're very strong and very, very dangerous, and just they overpower everybody. Last game for last night was New Hampshire and Connecticut. Connecticut winning, getting a 2-0 record now. Connecticut winning 85-66. Tanner Lasser for UNFH, University of New Hampshire, getting 20 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist to Rodney Purvis, getting 20 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists to help Connecticut win the game. But in those games, were they beautiful games? Yes. And now tonight's games, which I'm looking forward to, like I was saying before earlier on the live part of the show, when you have a team like Wolford going up against North Carolina, everyone knows North Carolina is going to be going crazy. Why? Because North Carolina is extremely dangerous. Especially because this is the CBE Hall of Fame Classic game, so it's going to be an interesting game to see. Interstate Ward taking on Purdue. That's going to be interesting to see. Do I think Purdue's going to have the advantage in that game? Like I said before, yes. Northern Arizona, and then we have at 6 p.m. we have Northern Arizona taking on Gonzaga, and I'm going to go ahead and give the advantage to Gonzaga. You may post who you think has the advantage in this game and all that, and go from there. Right now, we're going to take another quick little break, and when we come back, we will have some more for you right here on this countdown to Spectacularness. And also, don't forget, like I said on the live show, I will be talking about it again on the live show later on younow.com. Where I broadcast from. We are talking about what is your favorite dish during Thanksgiving, so enjoy.
And the standard 8-inch diagonal color touch radio with IntelliLink. It's the new 2015 Sierra Denali HD with style and substance that raises the bar for all heavy-duty trucks.
Hi everyone, and welcome back, and Welcome back, and we are going to go ahead and get into some hockey action from last night as the San Jose Sharks take on the Boston Bruins and win with a 5-4 victory. Go Sharks. The Dallas Stars winning over the Boston Sabres, Buffalo Sabres, Boston Sabres. Brain fart again. Well, it's 7:04 in the morning, and when you wake up, you're like, so Stars 3, Sabres 1. So Stars win that one. LA Kings take on the Philadelphia Flyers and win in a shootout, 3-2. LA Kings winning that game. The Blue Jackets winning after getting that spectacular trade that they got. The Blue Jackets have been bumping up, but the St. Louis Blues are still a 12-6 team, so their record is still high and they're still improving. And we have the Maple Leafs over the Avalanche, a team that is still considered a dominant team, but still winning. And we have two powerhouse teams in their own right, the Penguins and the Wild going at it with a 4-3 the 4-3 game, as the Penguins go out and win this game. But the fact is that the Wild were holding them to a 3-3, and then went into an overtime and won with a 4-3 game. So that went pretty well. So that's pretty interesting to see. The Devils losing to the Calgary Flames with a 3-2 victory in Calgary. So the Devils come into Calgary and get burned. The Nashville Predators winning against the Ducks with a 3-2 win as well. So that's going pretty well as well. So those are the games from last night. It's looking pretty well as it continues going. So we'll see what happens there. And then we look into it tonight on TSN. We have the Battle of Canada as Winnipeg takes on the Canucks. Am I geeking out about this game? Hell yeah. Why? Would I want to go to see a Winnipeg Jets game? Hell yeah. I'm a Sharks fan, but still, to go to Canada and see the Winnipeg Jets. You know, the Winnipeg Jets actually had the city of Winnipeg actually had to battle and fight to get their team back in Winnipeg. Winnipeg loves hockey so much that every year when they're not playing hockey, they're actually thinking of ways to help the team get better. That's how much that city loves that team. They love Winnipeg so much. Winnipeg loves their Jets so much. Why the Winnipeg Jets in the first place ever left, I will never know. But are they glad to be back? Yes. Is Winnipeg glad to have them back? Hell yes. And with an 8-9 record, what they are right now, they're going to be something spectacular, and you know that. And then we have on NBC's Comcast Sportsnet, we have the Red Wings at home facing off against the Capitals. Is that going to be something fun? Is that going to be something fun to see? Hell yeah. Why? Because to see the Capitals take on the Red Wings, oh my God. Red Wings, one of the oldest teams in hockey, taking on Washington. Oh man, that's going to be fun to see. And then we have the Oilers at home to take on one of the most dangerous teams in hockey, one of the most dangerous teams in hockey, the Blackhawks. Oh my God. I'm geeking out right here. It's going to be 3 games tonight, but who's going to win these 3 games? I'm going to go in the Jets and Winnipeg, the Winnipeg Jets and Canucks. I'm sorry, Vancouver. I'm going with Winnipeg. And the Red Wings versus the Capitals, I'm going Red Wings. Even if the Red Wings lose, I'm still going to go with Red Wings. Why? Because the Red Wings rock. Win or lose, Red Wings rock. Blackhawks versus Oilers. I'm going Blackhawks on that one. I have to. I have to go Chicago Blackhawks. That team is like, ooh. My first hockey game was a Blackhawks game. I went with my Uncle Ernie on a business trip, and yeah, we went to Chicago, and I went to see a Blackhawks game. It was fun. I love the Sharks, but I love the Blackhawks too, man. I can't help it. You know, I love that stuff. So, yeah. All right, now let's get into our next song. We're gonna get into some college. We're gonna get into some our last segment, some college football, and all that good stuff. So let's get it going. And let's get it going as we get into some college um, football action, which everyone loves to see. Coming up Saturday, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Florida Athletic going up against Florida. Oh man, I'm geeked. That's going to be great. I'm going to go with Florida to win this one, but is it going to be cool to see the Battle of Florida? Yes. Um, Also at 9 a.m. on Pacific Standard Time on ESPN. North Carolina taking out, going up against Virginia Tech. Oh man, that's going to be great to see. I'm going with North Carolina on that one, even though North Carolina is more of a basketball school than it is a football school. I'm going with North Carolina to win this one. I think that Virginia Tech is not as powerful as North Carolina, and I just think even though Virginia Tech's going to be at home, I just have to go with North Carolina. Purdue versus Iowa. I'm going with Iowa in this game. Iowa's earned their right to be in rank 5, and I think they deserve it. Michigan versus Penn State. I'm going with even though it's going to be in Penn State's going to be home. I'm going to go with Michigan. What has happened with that team has just been spectacular. Michigan has become spectacular. Memphis is versus Temple in this one. I really don't have a pick, but if I had to make a pick, I have to go with Temple for the fact that Temple is really good at home. Is really good. Does have the advantage at home. And I think that the Temple Owls are just gonna be hungry, and when they're at home, they play a little dominant. Chattanooga going up against Florida State. I like Florida State in this one, but don't count out Chattanooga as a one of them team that doesn't like to be a powerhouse because they do. Um, Michigan State versus Ohio State. Um, I'm gonna I'm gonna give the advantage to Ohio State, but I'm gonna say that Michigan's gonna play hard, and I think it's gonna be Ohio State winning, but by a field goal. Northwestern versus Wisconsin. I'm gonna go with Wisconsin in this one, but I'm gonna say Wisconsin's gonna win this one with a touchdown. And then we have Houston versus Connecticut. I'm going to go with Houston in to get the victory. Connecticut is more of a basketball school than it is a football school, so their basketball program is bigger. Um, and then we have Oregon Ducks versus USC Trojans. It kills me to do this, but I'm going to go with that damn duck. I'm going to go with Oregon to win this one, even though I hate that damn duck. That damn duck drives me nuts. Not as much as the Stanford Cardinal, that stupid meth addict tree, but still. And then we have that game's going to go on ESPN at 12:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. 12:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. UCLA takes on the Utes in Salt Lake City, so that's going to be interesting to see. I'm going to go with the Utes to do good, to come out with a victory, but I think UCLA is going to be a close one, and I think the Utes are going to win by 3 points. So LSU versus Ole Miss. I'm going to go with LSU in this game. I just think Ole Miss is not going to be as powerful as LSU, and I think LSU is going to want it more. And then we have Wake Forest going up against #1 Clemson, and in this one I'm going with Clemson. Wake Forest does not have a chance against Clemson, so I think it's going to be interesting to see. We have Charleston Southern taking on Alabama, and I'm going to have to go with Alabama. Charleston Southern is a good school. It's a very, very prestigious school. But I got to go with Alabama because when Alabama's at home, they're nasty. When it comes to Navy taking on Tulsa at home, I got to go with the Navy. I'm sorry, Tulsa, but even though my grandpa is an Air Force guy, I have to go, he's passed away, but I have to go with Navy because the Navy's going to overdo Tulsa. Boston College versus #4 Notre Dame, and I'm going to go with Notre Dame on this one. They're going to be in Boston playing in Fenway Park, so it's going to be interesting to see. The Red Sox are are off for now, so it's going to be interesting to see. And then we have the #10 Baylor Bears going up against #6 Oklahoma State. In this game, I got to go with Oklahoma State. Baylor is going to be strong to see, but I got to go with Oklahoma State. I think Pistol Pete and the rest of the OSU team is going to just be hungry and dominant over Baylor. And after what happened with Baylor and Oklahoma, I got to go with Oklahoma State. TCU versus TCU coming into Memorial Stadium at Norman, Oklahoma. I got to go with Oklahoma on this one, even though I'm a big Sooners fan. I have to go with Oklahoma to win this one because I just don't see TCU being as strong as Oklahoma. TCU's strong, don't get me wrong, but I think Oklahoma's just going to come out with dominance. And then we have Cal versus Stanford. And in this one, I'm going with Cal to beat Stanford because I think that stupid tree needs to die. But I'm going to go with Cal, so there you go. You can make your picks on this video as well, right below in the comment section right down there. So there you go. And that is all for today's show. We'll have more for you We'll have more for you on the live broadcast tonight. So I will see you tonight. And don't remember, eat your vegetables and enjoy yourself. And remember, stay out of trouble. I'm Cowboy Nick. See you tonight and see you tomorrow.